to the Commonwealth of Massachusetts and Gillette Stadium in Foxborough, where the keeper of the light sounds the foghorn to signal it's time for football. Coming up, we've got a good one in store. It's the Las Vegas Raiders and the New England Patriots. On the Raiders sideline, Pete Carroll, head coach here in New England, remember, back 1997 to 99. On the other side, it's Patriots head coach Mike Vrabel. His team looking for a spark, hoping their fans will give it to them here at home as we are set to go. Mike Tirico with Greg Olson. We're ready to start year 2 together in the booth. And off we go from Gillette Stadium. And it'll be brought down past the 25. Decent field position to start this drive. The New England offense getting ready to go to work here. Led by their quarterback, the 6th overall pick of the 2020 draft. It's Justin Herbert.
Mike, isn't there just something different about week 1 of the NFL season? I mean, after months of anticipation, debate, speculation, it all gets settled on the field. New coaches, new teams, rookies playing their first time. Man, it's just an exciting time of year, and I'm pumped to be calling it alongside you.
And he'll get about 5 past the 30-yard line. From the 32-yard line now, here's 2nd down and 5. Now it's Herbert. And it'll be a short pickup. That's not enough for the first down. An early test to start this one. 3rd and inches. We'll try and run for the first down with Pollard. And he's only going to be able to get back to the line. That's all. 3 plays to start. Quick 4th down.
So it's a pretty manageable 3rd down, so they really have the option to run or pass, so they decide to keep the ball on the ground, which I don't mind as long as you've made the decision already that you're willing to use 4th down to pick up the rest of the yards. If not, I think that's a big mistake.
Nearly a good one. A hit at the 6, but continues in the end zone. It's a touchback. The Raiders offense set to take over for the first time. They are led by the former Heisman Trophy winner out of LSU, Jaden Daniels.
Mike, as I think back to opening day over my years of playing in the NFL, it didn't matter if I was a rookie or going into my 14th season. I think every player goes into that game with just a little bit of extra nerves. Thinking, new season, new opportunity. Can I still do this at a high level? And, man, you get through that first game and it feels like you can finally take a deep breath and let the season unfold. There can be a lot of nerves in this one here today, but the team that settles down the fastest and just gets back to playing ball, they're going to have a big advantage coming away with a big win today.
They run over center with Williams. And he'll wind up taking this all the way down to the Raiders' 15-yard line. A fresh set of downs to work with. It is 1st down and 10.
Come on.
1st and 10 at the 15-yard line.
It's another run here for Williams. And he'll get 2 on this one before being taken down. They face 2nd down and 7.
Brings up 2nd and 7 at the Patriots' 13-yard line.
No!
They'll go play action here with Daniels. And he'll just bite the bullet and throw this one away. That's a good idea. Didn't force anything there. But now it's going to bring up 3rd down.
Ready, go!
From the shotgun on 3rd down, Daniels. And he's in. A.J. Garner. Touchdown, Raiders.
And that was just a great drive, really from start to finish, Mike. You could see the play caller just really finding his rhythm, mix in run, mix in pass. Results in the touchdown pass, but really...
And, of course, all scoring plays are reviewed. So replay is going to take a look at this one and make sure it is good for 6. At issue, did the ball cross the goal line? A reminder, it just needs to be the tip of the football just breaking the front of the plane where that white goal line begins. And it needs to be indisputable, which can sometimes be difficult with all those bodies in there. So take away the touchdown. The officials rule, in fact, he did not get the football across the plane to the goal line. Shooting. And he's not going to get in. In fact, he'll lose yardage. They push him backwards.
A loss was definitely not something they had accounted or budgeted for in this spot. And now, I think it really limits what do you feel comfortable dialing up here on 2nd and goal.
And he will take this one across into the end zone. Jaden Daniels. Touchdown, Las Vegas. The defense comes up with the coverage, but they cannot keep up with the speed as the quarterback scrambles to the end zone for the touchdown.
And down here in the red zone, Mike, is where I think a quarterback's legs can be the most dangerous. The defenders are trying to match backs, match tight ends and receivers, but often it's the quarterback that has no one assigned to him. And in this case, he's able to capitalize and run it in himself.
Raiders 7, Patriots nothing.
So following the score, here comes Elliott to kick this one away. They're trying to pin him deep. They'll take this from the 3. He'll work his way across the 25-yard line. The Patriots offense ready to see the football for the 2nd time. They were forced to punt the first time through. It led to a touchdown, so down 7-0 as they get the ball back for 1st and 10. Throwing on 1st down is Herbert. He's going to run it. And he's going to get this to the 37-yard line. 10 yards on the scramble there. And he picks up the 1st down.
First and 10 at the 37-yard line.
Herbert now on 1st down. They'll get about 4 here as he is taken down.
A bit of a quick hitter here, and what you're hoping for, Mike, is that the defense can't react quickly enough because the ball's coming out so hot. But they knew it was coming, and they end up holding him to just a short gain.
And he'll be stacked up at the line of scrimmage. Here comes 3rd and 6.
It's 3rd down and 6.
From the gun, it's Herbert. There's a short one caught by Trask. First catch for him on this new season, and it results in a 1st down.
15 yards. The Patriots stop.
Throwing now is Herbert. That caught Tony Pollard. And he'll be taken down rather swiftly after a gain of just 3.
4 yards on the pickup. 2nd and 6.
Out of the gun, here's Herbert. That's going to be incomplete. Coverage very good there. Contact jarring the ball loose. And it's going to force 3rd down.
6 yards to go.
Now Herbert again. Open is Kraft. He's got it. And he's going to have the 1st down. It is a gain of 6. Good conversion on 3rd down. Herbert to the air again. And he'll get about 8 on that one. Most of it coming after the catch. It's 2nd down.
It's a gain of 8. Brings up 2nd and 2.
They run it straight ahead with Pollard. And he'll work his way for about 4 yards. That's good enough for a 1st down. So, 1st quarter in the books here on NFL Kickoff Weekend. It's the Raiders with the early lead. And we're back to Foxborough in a moment. Time for the 2nd quarter. Patriots with the football as they've got it with 1st and 10. To throw, it's Herbert. Now a screen. Here's Pollard. And that keeps him ahead of schedule. That's a 1st down completion of 7 yards.
8 yards on the pickup.
Here's 2nd and 2.
2nd and 2. At 13-yard line.
Throwing, Herbert. The pass rush gets home, and he goes down. That's the linebacker, Alex Singleton, taking him down for the first sack of this new campaign. Got his man at the 6. And he's in. Cooper Kupp, touchdown New England.
When you think back to their first possession of this game, Mike, it resulted in a punt. Not exactly the fast start the coaches told us was so important as this game unfolds. They get the ball back for possession 2. Now they try to find some rhythm, find their identity of the game plan, and they come away with 6. So that's how you bounce back in this league. It's not always going to be perfect. Really nice job settling into this game here with their second possession.
Brandon Aubrey now for the extra point. It's up and through. And the Patriots will level things out at 7 apiece. So back to level after the touchdown. Time for the kickoff.
The Raiders take over first.
The Raiders offense. Running back Kyron Williams ready to go once more. Greg, you take a step back and look at the AFC West big picture. This is historic stuff. Chiefs are going for a 10th straight division title. But you have to remember, 2 other teams in this division won double-digit games last year. So the question is, are the Chargers and the Broncos that far behind Kansas City?
You know, it sounds crazy when you mention 9 in a row. You think, okay, they're just going to continue to run away with it. But I'm actually fascinated by this division. I think LA and Denver are a lot closer to this year's version of Kansas City, maybe than there's a lot of talk about around the rest of the league. So until someone beats them, you'd be crazy to not pick Kansas City. But last year it was a 4-game and a 5-game spread between them. I think this year, coming down the stretch, that spread is going to be a lot tighter.
No, Greg, I'm thinking if I'm a fan or even in the front office for the Chargers or the Broncos or the Raiders, do I build my team to try to knock off the king of the hill? Because you only play Kansas City 2 of those 17 games. So how do you factor that into your construction?
Yeah, I think it's such a great point. It's really fascinating to dive into. And while I wouldn't necessarily build my roster to just beat Kansas City or to just beat whoever you view as the top team in the division, you do want to find some commonalities among your 3 division opponents and make sure you are built to play within your division. Remember, that's 6 of the 17 now. Winning the division, you get you home playoff games. There's a lot on the line.
And he's into the end zone. Mason Taylor. Touchdown Vegas. And how about that? His first career catch also becomes his first career NFL touchdown.
Really nice job there by the receiver, understanding what to do after you secure the catch and the ability to target him in the middle of the field. That's the most valuable real estate in football. If you can hit them in stride and be accurate with the ball, there is a lot of green grass to pick up yards after the catch, and he's able to take this one all the way into the end zone for 6.
Makes the score Raiders 14, Patriots 7.
So following the score, here comes Elliott to kick this one away. This taken in at the 8-yard line. And he'll be brought down just beyond the 25-yard line. The Patriots offense and Cooper Kupp heading back onto the field. Greg, this AFC East, a division that really has been dominated by the Bills. The 5 straight division titles. It's hard to see who can knock them off that perch right now.
Yeah, and I think until someone decides that that's going to change, I think you just have to assume that Buffalo remains the king of the East. And I think when you look at the bottom of the division with the Jets and New England, they're clearly in a rebuild. Young quarterbacks, new coaching staffs, trying to kind of get themselves out of the bottom of the division. Miami seems to me, I don't know if they're ready to compete necessarily with Buffalo directly, but Miami is a playoff caliber roster, a playoff caliber team. They've showed it in years past. So if anybody's ready to compete, I think it's Miami. I just don't know, Mike, if they are ready top to bottom over the length of the season to get enough wins to keep pace with a team as good as Buffalo.
And 2 new coaches at the bottom of the standings last year, the Jets and the Patriots. And Greg, both guys who played for a long time in the league and bring a certain amount of toughness to the top of the organizations.
Absolutely, and it was very clear exactly what New York and New England were looking for. They wanted culture setters, right? It wasn't about getting the fancy play caller. It wasn't about the X's and O's. They needed to establish an identity.
Oh, the ball is out. And fortunately, this is going to get out of bounds, so possession does not change hands. Up the middle, here comes Pollard. Good running there. He's got the first down inside the 30. 2 minutes to go here till halftime. 2 minutes to play in this first half. Why don't we check in with Scott Hansen on his first full Sunday of work on our team to find out what's coming up at halftime. Scott.
And what a first day of work it's been, Mike. Coming up, 8 games going on around the National Football League in the early window. We're still working on the Octo Box, but we'll have scores and highlights from around the NFL in 2 minutes, so stick around.
On the move left. Off he goes. Now the Raiders going to use the first of their timeouts, and they'll get together prior to the second down play.
Second and 2 at the Raiders' 5-yard line.
This is a situation that play callers love to be in, Mike. They have all their options on the table. Second and short, play action pass, you can run. In this case, they choose to keep it on the ground, play it safe, pick up the first down.
This defense backed up, but they bring the fire there. Stop him before he can get past the 3-yard line.
Set. At the 3-yard line.
Pollard. And he won't quite get in. Down to the 1, setting up 3rd and goal.
And after putting together what's been a long and methodical drive, they suddenly find themselves on the verge of potentially stalling out. So this defense, they can get a stop here. That would feel like a pretty big win on a drive that's largely been dominated by the offense.
And he's able to get the ball across the goal line. He's in. Justin Herbert, touchdown Patriots. 2 touchdowns for him now in the afternoon. Certain quarterbacks have a knack for that, and he finds the space to get in the end zone for the touchdown, Greg.
Yeah, just a good old-fashioned quarterback sneak. Kind of a play that's taken the league by storm. Not necessarily the tush-push like we see up in Philly, but just as effective here, Mike.
Herbert will lead the offense up. They'll go for 2.
The Patriots will line up for a 2-point conversion.
Now, Herbert. That's going to be caught in the end zone. And they take the lead by 1.
Raiders 14.
They didn't leave much time on the clock to put together a drive here at the end of the first half. And the kickoff's coming their way. The Raiders offense going to take over just before the half. They can't fault the offense so far. 2 drives, 2 touchdowns, yet they still trail. We can have a shootout on our hands if they keep up their end of the bargain. First down.
Initially, Mike, a really good job by the defense. Nowhere to go with the ball for this quarterback. He's forced to pull it down and turn into a runner. A little slow reaction, and he's able to actually pick up a pretty good game.
That's out wide to Williams. And they'll hold him to a gain of just a couple and sets up 3rd down.
A 3-yard pickup. And it's 3rd down.
One final throw before the break. He manages to get the throw away and completes it. And he's going to be taken down as time runs out on this first half of play.
Okay, Mike, thanks very much. Today is the day we've been working towards all summer, the debut of our new halftime show. So without further ado, let's roll. Our trip around the NFL starts now, and it starts with a good one in the AFC West. And it's a man, when he gets going, is one of the best in the game, Jonathan Taylor. He covers a lot of ground here, 23 yards, touchdown. The Chiefs begin their search for a 4th straight Super Bowl appearance. They get the victory in Week 1. From there, why don't we go to South Philly? Look in on the Eagles as they're hosting the Dallas Cowboys. And it's the man who missed last year but is back now, J.J. McCarthy. He's going to take this one himself. He also had 2 touchdown passes in the game. One more to tell you about. We go to Jacksonville, the Jags taking on the Carolina Panthers. And it's Trevor Lawrence finding the rookie, Travis Hunter. 16 yards on the touchdown pass. Time for a look here at the rest of the games going on and what's to come here in Week 1 of the new NFL season. In the game you're watching, not much to separate these two sides through 2 quarters, a 1-point game at the half. As we get you back out to the second half and rejoin Mike Tirico and Greg Olson.
Both teams ready to go once more as the kick's away. The Raiders offense, running back Kyron Williams, ready to go once more. You know, Greg, you start to think about, okay, who are the teams that didn't make the playoffs last year that have a chance this year? Look, it happens every year. We just have to identify who they are. Who are a couple top of mind for you as we start 2025 here?
You know, as I start in the AFC, I think the Cincinnati Bengals, and you got to think the way their season ended last year, they rattle off 5 wins straight, really on the back of Joe Burrow. We could have made the argument that they're a playoff team, and Joe Burrow is the best player in the league. I mean, he was incredible. Most weeks, Mike, he single-handedly carried that offense. Now, new defensive coordinator Al Golden coming from the college ranks. Can he just make that defense in Cincinnati average? Because if they just play a little bit better with that high-profile offense, I think they're a team. They might not win the division with Baltimore, but they're going to be close and maybe at least get one of those wild card spots.
Why don't you flip it over? Who are the guys you're watching in the NFC?
You know, I think Dallas is going to find themselves, just the fact that I know the division is difficult. Obviously, Philadelphia remains really strong. Does Washington kind of regress a little bit back now in year 2? They were a high-profile, big splash team of last year. Do they regress to the median? Time will tell. But I think healthy Dallas, healthy Dak, healthy Micah Parsons, like that roster that we saw play last year is not the roster on paper that we expected to see. So I think Dallas has a chance. I think San Francisco always is going to be a team, again, dealt with their own injuries last year with McCaffrey and all the stuff on defense. So I think San Francisco and Dallas are 2 perennial teams we expect to be in the playoff hunt. They missed out last year. I wouldn't be shocked to see them back in it again this year.
And the defense trying to tighten down here. They're going to hold them to a gain of 3. That's going to set up 3rd and goal.
Hey, check that.
And he'll take it on in. Dale Robinson. Touchdown, Raiders.
Touchdown, Las Vegas.
So now, with the lead up to 5, they're going to go for 2 and try to extend it out to 7.
The Raiders will line up for the 2-point conversion.
Off the bootleg. Here's Daniels. This is caught. He's got it. And they tack 2 more onto their lead.
I know it sounds like I'm being biased, Mike, but I'm really not. Down here this close to the end zone, especially on 2-point tries, the size, the length, the athleticism, and matchups these tight ends can create, man, they are a tough handle, and it leads to 2 points.
The Patriots offense trotting back out for their first involvement of this second half. Now, Greg, as we get the season going, obviously the adjustment to last year's new kickoff rules in place. We talked to a lot of coaches during the year. Folks didn't seem too bothered about letting the other team have the ball at the 30-yard line after for a touchback. But the 35-yard line, I don't know, does that feel any different to you?
You know, it does, and I think the part that people don't talk about enough, Mike, is the impact that it's making on going forward on fourth down, not settling for field goals. Because remember, in the old days, if you got stopped inside the 5 or you scored inside the 5, it was all the difference of if I kicked a touchback, they got the ball at the 20. There wasn't that much of a spread, but now all of a sudden, is it in my best interest to settle for a field goal and kick off where I could give you the ball at the 35? Or even if I fail down there tight in the red zone on the 3, you now possess the ball inside your own 5-yard line. So I think that's an element now that's causing offenses to go for more touchdowns, kick less field goals, because the ensuing kickoff is giving my opponent the ball in much more favorable territory.
You know, the other rule that is adjusted are overtimes in the regular season will mirror playoff overtime. Each team getting the ball. I'm so happy, Greg, because I just felt so incomplete when a team got to overtime, but then their offense, which may be the best part of the team, never got on the field.
Yeah, and I couldn't agree more, and you hear everyone saying, oh, well, just get a stop. Well, you know, it's that legendary game between Mahomes and Josh Allen where neither team stopped anyone. It was just an offensive touchdown festival, so you won a coin toss, and you got the ball. Well, the other team's defense hadn't gotten a stop the whole game. If Josh Allen got the ball first, he probably would have scored on a walk-off. So I love the idea of both teams getting the ball. If a game is
to the goal line and in. McConkey. Touchdown, New England. Aubrey now for the extra point. His kick is good. And the Pats will even the score here in the third. So back to level after the touchdown. Time for the kickoff.
The Raiders take over.
The Raiders offense and Jaden Daniels ready to take over once more. You know, Greg, early on, it's always new faces in different places. Off-season movement, what caught your eye?
I think there's so many good ones, right? You talk about Stephon Diggs. He ends up in New England, and Cooper Kupp now. He's moving on to Seattle from the Rams, but I think it's the guy the Rams signed to replace him, Davante Adams. I know he's not the youngest anymore, but watching him play in New York with Aaron Rodgers last year with the Jets, he can still run, he can still make every catch, he can still go up and compete at the high point. I think you put Davante Adams with Matthew Stafford.
And they're going to get to him and take him down, take him back to the other side of midfield.
Second down.
Ready.
Work to do now as they come up on 2nd and long. Working out of the gun, it's Daniels. Was brought down, that pass is going to pick up 4 and bring up 3rd down.
Get up.
5-yard pickup on the
Operating from the gun, it's Daniels. And he gets that one complete to his tight end, Taylor. They get the conversion on 3rd down. It was a gain of 27.
The Raider first down.
Hey.
First down, it is Williams. He'll try to get back to the line, but it's not happening. Gonna lose a yard. We are through 3 quarters here on NFL Kickoff Weekend. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports.
Okay, ready? Deputy left.
Daniels to throw on second down. That's caught in stride by the Cheetah. And it'll be taken down after a gain of 9 and third down coming up.
Come on.
He'll try to run for it with Williams. And he's got nowhere to go. That defensive front controlling the line of scrimmage. It'll bring up fourth down.
This is one of those down and distances where the offense really could either run or pass, but give credit to the defense. They sold out to stop the run, and boy, were they right. They take them down for a loss.
So now, Jake Elliott, an important kick coming up. This to take the lead here in the fourth. And this one right down the middle. It's good. And they take the lead here in the fourth quarter.
And this has been such a tight game, but that's a big one right there. I mean, you need a kicker with confidence. Well, this guy, he fits the bill. He steps up and knocks it through to give his guys a lead here in the fourth quarter.
He'll get across the 20, mark him down at the 23-yard line. The Patriots offense ready to see what they can do. They'll do so with 1st and 10. Here's Herbert. Moving to his left. They go sideline, and he stays in bounds. Looks like Pete Carroll wants a second opinion here, so out comes the red challenge flag. At issue, was he able to stay in bounds? The NFL rules, you're looking for either 2 feet or a body part that is not a hand to be down with possession of the ball. No bobbling, the ball not moving around. He has control, so that's what the referee is looking at here. So the challenge is not successful, and that will cost them the first of their 3 timeouts for the half. A gain of 4 as he's taken down.
And as of right now, they find themselves trailing at the moment, but it's certainly not because of the ground game. I mean, he's averaging over 4 yards per carry. Just hasn't been enough to overcome some of their shortcomings elsewhere.
And they'll move this one down inside the 40-yard line.
That's good for the Patriots. First down.
On 1st and 10, here's Herbert. Right side, hauled in by McConkey. And they bring him down inside the 25-yard line.
Another really nice throw right there, and as you can see the numbers he's been able to put up here, I'm a little surprised, if I'm being honest, Mike, with just how easy it seems to have been. It just seems like he's made every right decision every time that he's decided to throw the ball.
And they're going to get this all the way down inside the 5. What a moment in this game. A touchdown would give them the late lead. It is 1st down and goal. Moving outside the pocket. And he gets to the outside and takes it in. Justin Herbert. Touchdown, Patriots. What a game this has been. Back and forth we go, and that fourth quarter score changes the lead one more time.
And we've seen the lead go back and forth, Mike, and now the question is, can they get a stop? Can they find a way defensively to hang on to this lead and get themselves this big win?
Aubrey, good with the extra point. And the Patriots have taken a 4-point advantage. So now playing with the lead after that fourth quarter touchdown, time to kick it back the other way. The Vegas offense ready to get rolling again. They'll begin with 1st and 10. They'll start this on the ground. It's Williams. He'll struggle to get back to the line of scrimmage. Maybe gets a yard out of that one. It's 2nd down. They'll throw with Daniels. To Robinson, he's got it. And they'll have it across midfield down at the opposing 46-yard line.
17 yards.
Ready?
That's good for Las Vegas. First down.
On 1st down, Daniels. That'll be caught by the running back, Williams. And no chance to turn and go. That one good for just a couple. Throwing on second down. Daniel. Right back to Williams. They connect again. And he'll get about 3 here on second down before he's out of bounds. Time now becoming a factor as we get to third down. Throwing again. Daniel. In trouble. And down he goes.
I see a lot of tired legs out there on both sides of the field, Mike. Looks like this pass rush has found a little bit of a second wind. They come away with a big-time sack, and it brings up fourth down.
And he cannot get the throw off. He's going to be sacked, and they will turn it over on down.
So here as the quarterback, you can't take that sack. You have to understand it's fourth down. While you don't want to throw a pick, you've got to get this ball out of your hand and give one of your playmakers a chance to make a play for you and extend this drive on fourth down.
So now the New England offense getting ready for their next possession. They'll have a short field, looking to build on the lead. That one complete to McConkey. The defense uses its second timeout here, and don't forget, clock to stop when we hit the 2-minute warning as well. Throwing now is Herbert. Looking middle, and he'll get it complete to McConkey. Now the Raiders going to use their third and final timeout. They'll be disappointed there after giving up the first down. Now it's Herbert. In trouble, and he's going to be taken down. So 2 minutes left to play in the second half. Greg and I back on EA Sports after this. They'll drop to throw. Who else? Another catch for his favorite target. Get about 6 before he's taken down. 3rd and 11.
Brings up 3rd and 11.
Set. 380. Cut. Let's go.
They'll run here with Pollard. And drawing some oohs and ahs from the crowd. Sidestepping his way. Nifty gain of 9 there.
You know, there's all this talk, Mike, about the value of the run game in today's NFL. You know when the run game matters? It matters right now. Fourth quarter, you've got the lead. Can you lean on your running back and offensive line to close this game out?
Now the Patriots going to use their first timeout. And they'll stop it with a little over 30 left in the game. So, pressure kick coming now for Brandon Aubrey. This to stretch the lead to a touchdown. And this one online. And it is good. A big 3 points as they extend their fourth quarter lead.
And this is what you want. I mean, you clearly have the advantage, but you want to continue to apply pressure. Can you score every time you get the ball? They're able to do that here. They tack on 3 and extend their lead.
This will be taken in at the 2. And he's down at the 23, and that's where the offense will take over. The Raiders offense getting their final instruction before heading back onto the field. They'll start out first down and 10. Hill brought in motion. To throw is Daniels on first and 10.
So they have these rules for the receivers, Mike. They call them green grass rules. And the idea is if you're running across the field and you're looking at the quarterback, you're going to stay on the run. If you're not looking at the quarterback, that tells him, I'm going to sit in this soft zone. I'm going to what they call punch and pivot and stop. And that tells the quarterback to put the ball on your chest. That nonverbal communication between the receiver and the quarterback, recognizing when you're open, stay open, That's the stuff that makes a lot of these offenses so difficult to defend.
A gain of 17 yards.
So it's a win for the Patriots, and it's a great start to the season for Mike Vrabel. He gets win 1 as the New England head coach. So that'll do it for us. For Greg Olson and our terrific team behind the scenes, I'm Mike Tirico. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. Follow us on X at EA Madden NFL. The Patriots winners at home as we say so long from Foxborough.